And hello, Peter.
And say good evening. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. Good
Hello.
evening. Glad
Good
to
evening.
see you.
Hello. Glad to see everybody.
Would you like to say?
Amigos.
Would you like to say a few words about you, Peter, so that other people can know you?
Yes, Sensei. I have been very interested in Buddhism. I have read some books, especially Shinran Shonin's The Complete Jodo Shinshu, and also Tanisho, and also your works in that you have already the PDF, and I would like to know more about it.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Usually our discussion starts with a short ceremony, and then we go to questions and answers. And anybody can ask a question, and also anybody can give an answer. Okay?
Okay, Sensei.
Good. Let's start. So who has a question or who wants to propose a topic for discussion?
I have a question, Sensei. It's very popular today, as you noted on your article on Thich Nhat Hanh. I think I'm saying that wrong.
Thich Nhat Hanh.
Thich Nhat Hanh, thank you. Yes, always get that wrong. There seems to be in the West a view that Buddhism is kind of some kind of philosophy that you can add or subtract to according to how you feel. You can call yourself a Buddhist Christian, you can call yourself a Christian Buddhist, you can call yourself you know, a Buddhist without beliefs. Basically, a lot of false teachers have set up a narrative, a false narrative of Buddhism not being a religion and something that you can just kind of do like a yoga practice. What, in your opinion, Sensei, is the best way to respond to people with this attitude without being combative or viewed as being arrogant or narrow-minded?
I would just say one thing. I would say to that guy, do you burn incense in front of Amida Buddha? If you burn incense, if you put flowers in front of Amida Buddha, if you bow towards Amida Buddha, these are religious gestures. Also, to take refuge, we should remember that when we enter Buddha Dharma, we take the three refuges. I take refuge in the Buddha, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. So to take refuge is not just an intellectual game, you know. It's not taking refuge is more than agreeing with somebody, you know. When you take refuge, even the word to take refuge means something very deep, you know. When you take refuge in somebody, that's very deep. You put all your life, all your next life, all your birth and death in that person. And when this is very important. So the very act of taking refuge means religion, you know. We are not just a philosophical club where we discuss things and we agree or disagree. No, we take refuge. That's different, you know. And we aspire to be liberated from birth and death. So when you aspire to be liberated from birth and death, that means more than just having a nice discussion or doing a research.
I would like to know, and I know I asked the question, but if someone were to come up to me and say, I am a Buddhist Christian or a Christian Buddhist, what would be the best way for me to respond without getting involved in a debate?
So what do you guys think? Hozan, what do you think?
I would say it would be okay to talk, but not debate. That would be my opinion. As soon as they start debating, I would immediately just stop talking with them, because for me, Amida is not a debatable topic, in my opinion, because I take this very seriously. And when somebody like starts debating with me about Amida, I'm gonna be like, no, just no, and I just walk away, because Amida is not debatable to me. I take him very seriously, and Amida takes me seriously. I have a deep respect for all Buddhist paths and all other Buddhist sects. I say Namo Amida Butsu, but if they, as soon as they start criticizing me, like, or they start debating about Amida, I immediately no, because that's just not worth debating for. I take this very seriously. That would be my answer. As long as the person doesn't involve Amida in it, then it's okay. But if a Christian starts talking to you, or like somebody else starts talking about Amida, I would immediately not be talking with them. But it's okay to have a mutual like talk with them, but nothing about Amida or Buddhism in general. That would be my answer.
What do you think, Kishin?
But I think personally, I stopped to seek discussions and debates with anyone who has a completely different opinion on anything, may it be politics, religious things, or so. My experience is that on a specific point, you just cannot discuss with many people. When they're completely convinced of what they think, and if they think they have the truth, then it makes simply no sense. You can talk to everyone who is on more or less the same level as you are, and has more or less the same opinions. But my experience is in general that it makes no sense to speak to people with a completely different point of view, or let's say more stupid people. It makes it's a waste of time for me, really. I stopped it. I would love to say, I found a way to talk to them and to convince them of what is truth or not. And but there's so much, we lost so much in the society. Also the ability to speak, to listen, and to discuss things in harmony. And my personal experience is that I completely stopped to talk to other people when I have the feeling it makes no sense. When I really think it makes no sense to talk to them, then I don't start any debate and just let them go their way. If they have the karmic background that they maybe one day will become real Buddhists or find their Amida Dharma or whatever, then if this shall be, it will be one day. But I will not start any battles, any discussions, any debates. I stopped it. I had too many negative experiences in the past, and I will not do this anymore. Everyone can handle this how he thinks, how is the best way, but for me, the best way is to do nothing at all. This is a pity. I know this is a pity, but what shall I do?
Yes, yes. I think that it also depends on the good from the past, as Renio said. Renio advised us to not discuss with people who don't have good from the past, which means that they are not interested in the Dharma. They are not interested to really know the Dharma. Many people ask questions just to debate or to harm you. But so we should be we should look to the intention of that person who asked the question. If his intention is to just mock us or mock our religion, or just engage in debate and play smart with us, then we can simply go away and refuse any discussion. but if he has a sincere wish to know about the Dharma, then we can answer to that guy. And I think one of the very good ways to help him understand the difference between Christianity and Buddhism is to simply explain what a Buddha is. We should explain the Buddhist vision of the world, which of course is related to karma. We should explain that the world is a karmic projection, is the collective dream who appeared out of personal and collective karma. This is samsara, the collective dream which appeared from our collective karma and personal karma. Then we can continue and explain why we in Buddhism do not believe in God, why we don't accept the idea of a creator God. And we can give the example of Shakyamuni in the Baka Brahma Sutra, where Shakyamuni clearly explains why there can be no creator God. And Shakyamuni also has a very good discussion there between him, Mara, the evil one, and Baka Brahma, who had the delusion that he is supreme God, you know. And the Mara was feeding him this illusion, you know. So we can talk with him, we can present the Buddhist vision to him, and we can explain some things. But if he's not open to learn, if he's not in a learning mood, then indeed there is no need to discuss with him. Yeah. Joshin, I think you wanted to say something and I interrupted you, sorry.
No, I just wanted to say these are all very good suggestions. I myself am getting to the point to where, and I commented on the video I made today, pretty much I want to just present my feelings on the YouTube channel. Now, if people will ask me what I believe, I will tell them. But as soon as they try to debate or try to argue, I just shut it down and say, I'm not going to talk about this anymore.
Peter, what do you think?
I always go back to the very basic sensei. I say, because of the inevitability of death, I have to take refuge in the three jewels, in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Because whether we like it or not, death is certain to happen. And the second reason is because evil karma is greater than good karma. And if we die now, bad karma will definitely take over instead of good karma. So I take refuge because of these two reasons. Now, I start with whatever discussion they want from that position. In other words, it is for me a practical reason why I take refuge in the Buddha Amida.
Yes. So this is why Buddhism is a religion, because of the reasons that Peter already explained. You know, we want to escape birth and death. We do not want to have a nice chat about philosophy or mythology. Buddhism is not a topic of mythology for us. Buddhism is not just a philosophical matter. Buddhism is to escape birth and death. It's a matter of life and death. This is Buddhism for us. This is why Buddhism is a religion. You see, it's very important. Yes.